Hey, folks, this is Judd, and this is Judd, he, him, and we are here to play some Sorcerer, Dictionary of Moo. I cannot say the word Sorcerer without my Jersey accent coming out. It is the one word that does it to me. I can't do it. Just can't do it. I think I get by pretty well not sounding like I come from the Jersey Shore, but that word sorcerer, I can't do it. Sorcerer. Can't do it. Welcome to the Actual Play Twitch channel. All of our proceeds go to the Trans Legal Defense Fund and Black Lives Matter. So if you want to buy a subscription, please do so. Know that that money will go to a good cause. Or if you want to buy a friend a subscription, however you want to do it. And if you just want to hang out and interact with us gaming, that is awesome too. So don't sweat it. Times are tough. We know how it is. And I am here with Jay. Jay, how are you doing?
I'm pretty good. As a guy who grew up in Hoboken, New Jersey, nice. I too have some words I can't say without hearing my New Jersey accent.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Yeah, it is a whole thing. Cool. Let's think back. We ended last time right after a battle, and there was a fort, and it had some mercenaries in it, and right. There was also a demon in the fort. You were like taking a witch lord's fortress from them, and you gained control. You kind of made a pact with the demon, because in the middle of the fort was like this old temple, so it was kind of an old place where demons can live without fading away. Right. Because usually, if you are a demon and you're just kind of hanging out and you're not bound to a sorcerer. I'm just going to keep trying.
So it sounds right. I can't hear it.
You can't. Yeah. I don't know. That's because you're from Hoboken. That's why you can't hear it. Everyone up from upstate New York who I live near right now is just like, whenever I say it, there's like, oh my God, what's happening here? So yeah, the witch lord. Usually a demon has to be bound and having its needs met. Otherwise it starts to fade. And this demon was subsisting in an old place. It didn't seem like the witch lord had it bound. And so in you all went and you took this fort without too many losses. And but the witch lord got away in kind of a cool back and forth of dice. The witch lord kind of fled into the red wastes. So we're in this situation now where your father, the Khan, is calling the other Khans to this fort. And oof, my mic just fell. That's no good. And somewhere out there in the red waste is a scheming witch lord, which is not anybody's idea of a good time.
No.
That's where we're at. Is there anything that Marduk particularly wants to do? Do we want to kind of cut to the Khans gathering? Is there something you want to get done before they start to arrive?
No, I think the only thing I want to make sure is that Marduk has fulfilled his end of his pact with Phobos.
Yeah. And what was that? I don't remember that side of it.
I think he was not. The Mantis did not have full reign of the fortress. It couldn't go wherever, right? I think there were certain areas it could go and some places that were restricted. And for my end, I allowed it unfettered access wherever,
Nice,
whatever.
nice, cool. So, I imagine you are kind of going around and breaking the wards that the Witch Lord had up, and giving Phobos full access. Love it. And I think what we had said Phobos looked like was kind of this, moon rock colored mantis demon.
Right.
Is kind of where we were at. And fantastic. So here's a weird thing that happens. A couple of young hunters come up to you and not your father and say, Marduk, and they've got certain wards and face paint in a certain way that shows that they want to go into the Red Waste. And they say, we want your blessing, Marduk, to go into the Red Waste and chase the Witch Lord who evaded our armies.
Why would you do this?
Because we've taken what is his. We shouldn't let him just, who knows what treachery he's up to out there.
That's a weak reason. That's weak. You could do better than that. Why would you chase him down into the Red Waste?
Yeah, cool. So the first one gives that reason, right? It's a very Conan.
Right.
What is
right.
best in life, moment, right?
right.
And so the first one says, because we took what's his, and who knows what he's up to. And the second one says, because I want a Witch Lord's skull to to adorn the glory post outside of my tent.
That's a better reason. And then I look to the third one.
Yeah. The third one is the youngest, and is also the least physically intimidating. And he kind of leans against the cross guard of his spear and looks at the other two and looks at you and says, I want to do it because this tribe is in business and in debt to Moo's bed, and this will give us leverage.
And then I nod approvingly.
Yeah.
I say, I approve. You have my blessings. And then to the youngest one, his last answer, I tell him he has my mark. And then I will mark him with the sword.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Love it. Love it. Cool. We got to name this guy. Awesome.
To the others, I lecture. I use my lecture voice. And I say, doing things for ourselves is always good. We can always do those things, right? But it is best when we can do for things bigger than us. The tribe is bigger than us.
Nice. I'm just looking at other names. I don't want to get a name that rhymes with another name, or you ever do that?
My problem is I usually stay at the top end of the alphabet, right?
Yeah,
and I'm I got to scroll down. I need a different name.
I always end up with Demuzid and Remuzid, and then it becomes a joke at the table. It's something you want it to be serious and really cool.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
I'm gonna. So his name is Demuzid, and then I'm gonna say he's a hunter with a cunning answer.
Nice.
And marked.
And marked, yes.
Cool. Love it. Love it. Love it. Yeah, they head out, led by Demuzid, who is who has who's proudly bearing a new scar, and yeah, that's really clever too, because that means he can kind of use the demon's power a little bit. The demon like conveys a cover onto him, which is called the con guard.
Nice.
And I think one of the things a con guard might do is chase a refugee, who, you know, a refugee from battle, not
Right.
like, you know, a refugee. Mm-hmm. And so I'm going to roll some dice here. And so let's share that and get over to the dice screen. And this is kind of a weird. Well, actually, why don't you roll for Demuzid? And
okay.
And I'll roll for the Witch Lord.
All right. Will you send me the dice link?
Yeah. Oh, yes, I'll send you that. Absolutely. That's a good thing to do. I was so happy I found it that I literally was like, this is an absolute miracle. Not in the comments, but in the private chat.
Yes.
That would be awkward.
That would, you know, I didn't even think about that till you mentioned it. That would be awkward.
Might be a little awkward. Everybody starts rolling dice. Total bedlam. Cool. So yeah, if you don't mind rolling, I'm going to say 7 dice, but then I'm going to add +1 because I think that whole thing was cool, and I didn't see that mark coming. I liked it. I liked the way you turned that into a cool sword and sorcery scene. That was amazing. So yeah, and you also saw to your demon's need, right?
Yes.
You marked your friends. So yeah, roll 8 dice, and I think you're going to be going up against the 5 dice from the Witch Lord.
All right.
And I'm gonna take
green dice.
You use green. I'll use red.
Cool.
And
I rolled the wrong dice. I'm playing the wrong game, man. Hang on.
Yeah. Yep. You rolled. Yeah. Roll some 10s. That's cool. Yep. The 6s look totally different, so it doesn't matter.
And here's my 8d10s.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Oof. Yeah. Love it. So yeah, I think they, you know, they're a little scuffed up, but they will return in time with the Witch Lord, and I think you kind of can feel it. I think because Demuzid is marked, you can feel like a sense of relief, like when they capture him, and you know that the Witch Lord is coming back with the hunters. And the other thing I think is that it definitely, like, asking for a blessing like that is something they probably should have done from your father, and they didn't.
Right.
So that's a thing that is out there in the world, but yeah, that's kind of a problem, but it's or a good kind of problem. And sounds good. Is there you've kind of, you know, walked around the fort and wiped away the wards. You know, you gave your mark to this hunter. Yeah, and I think, in doing that, in looking around the wards, you kind of got a feel for this fort. I think it is, pentagonal, with 5 walls, probably only a little bit higher than 8-9 feet. It's not a huge epic thing. I think it's a bunch of walls around three wells at the edge of the wasteland,
Okay.
and it's a good spot. It's a fine keep for a witch lord, but it's not the Witch King's fortress, or in Moo's bed, or palace, or anything like that, or some kind of Atlantean crystal dome. It's still kind of a modest fort out in the edge of the waste. And is there anything you want to do, knowing that the Witch Lord is on his way back in the next in the next half a day or so?
I might consult with Phobos.
Oh, cool.
Um, I don't I don't have a plan for the Rogue Witch Lord,
Yeah,
um, other than to turn him over. Um, so I wanted to see what Phobos
yeah,
might
yeah,
have planned or might think. Right?
yeah. Uh, Awesome. Yeah, Phobos. I think you go into this kind of, everybody else, like the rest of your tribe, is kind of spreading out throughout the fort, and staking their claim on places to set up camp, but nobody sets up camp in the old temple. It's just a place that people are avoiding, and of
Nice.
course, and so of course you walk right into it, right?
Right. Right.
And uh yeah, what and I think there is um a uh a round platform that you can, and in the center is Marid, and then there are these two kind of other shapes circling it, Phobos and Demios, and I think above
Uh,
Phobos is a is an altar, and um, yeah, I think kind of crouching beside that altar is Phobos, uh, and it stands when it sees you enter and says, "The wards are all gone. Thank you. Our pact is kept."
um, thank you, because I don't know that we could have taken this place without your help. Have you explored? Have you been to the other places that have been forbidden you?
I will. I will soon. I wanted to take a moment to enjoy the freedom.
Um, I think uh, I intend to leave the old places untouched and as they are. My people seem to be wary of these places, afraid of them, and I think in that it preserves uh, what they are and how they are. Um, I think among my kind, it's a thing to remake and resculpt and remold things to our liking. But I'll make sure these old places remain. I don't know if it's me or if it's you. One of us is skipping. You're frozen a little bit, Judd.
Uh, Let me turn that one off.
Yeah, you're coming in and out. Looks like you're frozen on Twitch too.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it's weird when
Yeah.
there's two people. It could be me and everyone else is good, and I can't tell.
Huh. I wonder if I should just Sorry for the
No, it was. Oh, yeah, no, you're in and out, in and out. It was good. It just happened all of a sudden.
now it's back.
Now, Admiral Ducksaw says you have audio.
Uh, um, we are checking to make sure that we're not all on the same network here, trying to figure out what's what.
Yeah, it seems to
Sorry
be.
about
You seem to be okay right now, and this is the longest run that you've been fine.
Yeah. I think we're starting to pull it together. We'll see. All right. Let's. All right. Looks like we're good. Let's give it a shot. Press
All
on,
right.
and then we'll see what happens. See if the
Yep.
Wi-Fi demons are with us. Yeah.
They need more sacrifices.
Yeah. More blood for the Wi-Fi gods.
Like we know about your 3-day weekend.
Yeah. Yes. Nice. Yeah, Phobos. The last thing I think I said was Phobos says, I'm concerned that the Witch Lord evaded us.
There is a hunting party that is returning from the waste with him. And that's what I come to see you about.
It's wise. Send the youth out to get him.
Interesting. They volunteered and they came to ask for my permission, not my blessing. So I had not thought on what to do with that Road Witch Lord and was presented this gift. They succeeded, and he'll be here within a day. I could just return him to. I forget who I forget who wanted him. I remember, but I can't remember his name.
Yeah. Let me share with you the Jamboard too.
Yes.
I feel like I haven't done that, and that was bad. So there's the Jamboard.
Cool. Oh, now we're just excited to play. So.
Yeah. We jumped in without thinking.
Balathu, yes.
Yeah, Balathu. Yeah.
Yes. What would you do with Riyadh once we have him back here?
I would eat him.
Has he no worth?
He has worth as food to me.
My belly! That's fine. That's fine. That's fair. Okay.
Is
I
that
had
not
thought
is that not a worthy is feeding me not a worthy cause?
it is a worthy cause. I'd like to think you can be fed, and if this man had worth, we could also utilize his worth. I think those are two things that can be true.
There will come a time when you'll have to decide what to do with your father. The hunters came to you and not their Khan. That is strange, no?
No, I think not strange, as it should be. And it is a good sign. It's a good omen, right? It is a bit of friction I'll have to bear with my father, but he should have seen this day coming.
I'm sure he has seen it coming. If you must give Riot to the Witch King, I would eat your father in his stead.
Now that I could be a part of that. I don't know how much I don't know how much Balathu wants this Witch Lord, right?
Yeah.
Does he want him so he can kill him, or does he just want him dead? And if he just wants him out of the way, out of my hair, made a lesson of, then this man might have other worth to us if he can be reasoned with.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But if not, we have a price. I will gladly turn him over because the tribe has a debt.
Yep. Yeah, I think you came away knowing that Balathu definitely wanted him alive if possible. I don't think he really dreamed that he would get him, but if you can hand him alive, it'll be worth more. Yeah, without a doubt.
But that is fantastic that Phobos is like, I'll eat your father. I'm down with that.
Awesome. Sounds good. Yeah, I think the next few days, different tribes start to make camp around the fort, and you see your father handing out. I think the Witch Lord had these like pentagonal water coins to like have rights to go to one of the three wells. It's like they're these like pentagonal coins, bigger than our coins, like the size of an adult hand, and they've got 3 holes in them to represent the 3 different wells. And your father has some of his eldest and most cunning warriors guarding each of the wells, probably even camped on them. And then he's going around and among the cons and throwing those, pentagonal coins all over the place so they can come and refill their skins and resupply here at the fort. And I think your father, an elder Khan, is carried up by his children. He's on a palanquin, and he's too old to walk, and actually it's she. She is too old to walk. Mm-hmm. And I need a better name. I need a better name. That's not a good name. Nanil. That's a great name.
Mm.
Nanil the Elder. And you can tell that your dad respects her. And he says, you know, and you know, as you're kind of walking by, he kind of beckons you to come over, and he says, "We would have never taken this fort without the cunning of my most fearsome child, Marduk. Marduk, this is Nanil the Elder."
Whatever, I don't know, whatever the most appropriate way to greet her, I will do that.
Yeah.
I won't make an ass out of my father right now at the moment.
Yeah. Cool. And love it. I think her eyes go right to the sword at your back.
Yes.
Right? And I'm rolling in private to see if she notices.
I like those rolls.
Yeah.
Because I don't have to choose, but it's going to be interesting.
Man. Yeah, it's a weird one. She got, oh, no, she got it. She got it. Okay. She says, "Tell me of that sword on your back, Marduk, if you don't mind. I would hear a story if you have the time with me here in the shade."
Sure. I certainly have time. I say there was an orphan, I think it's Sorcerer. They say half breed, a half breed orphan. Not that his parents were dead, but they gave him up, and so he is orphan to the waste. The waste is the red waste became his adopted parents, and one day he found a hand in the desert, in the waste, and that hand held a sword. And this half-breed orphan wrestled for 9 days with the hand and the sword in the waste. And on the 10th day, he came away with the sword.
You tell a good tale, Marduk. Good tale indeed. Do you think this orphan wields the sword, or does the sword wield the orphan?
I think that is a tale chroniclers will tell. That story's not finished.
Mm. And your father says, "Nanil, if you wish to make your camp inside the safety of the walls, you may." And she says, "We will not camp here." And I think she hands back the coin chits, and she says, "And we will not take any of your water." And she kind of like clucks at one of her, makes a noise at one of her children,
Nice.
at her children, and they pick her up and take her out. And you can tell your dad is frustrated, right?
Yeah.
That is not how he wanted that to go.
Right.
And
What troubles you?
She has always hated sorcery. Any sign of it, and she throws wards up and takes her camp elsewhere. She's a difficult one to win over. I'd hope to do so with this place.
I think that just means she's on the short list.
Who goes on the short list, Marduk?
Everyone you can't win over. Of course.
And what do you do with those names, I wonder?
Well, there'll be promotions. Because we don't need those folks on that short list.
There'll be more coming. I will curry favor.
This prophecy of the Khan of Khans, does that trouble you?
Should it?
I'm asking you.
It does not. No.
That's good. That's good. I think we tell this story and we're on the eve of this prophecy and folks have not fully thought about what it really means. There's a short list and there are going to be people on that short list. And those folks won't see the days after the prophecy.
I think he looks a little scared. Yeah. I think he straight up looks a little scared at that.
Yeah.
I
pat him on the shoulder and I say, but we're not on that list, right? We're on the right side of that list. But that's how it gets done. There's no magical moment and then everything's good. This is marred. Everything is hard.
Yes. I'd hope to do this without slaughter.
How many Khans are there?
How many Khans are there? He says of note. Like, how many Khans are there?
Right. No, that's perfect. If he says of note, that is perfect.
Yeah. How many Khans are there? As many as there are stars in the sky. How many Khans do we have to win over? I think we will hold almost all of the tribes if we can win over the 13 great Khans. I had counted Nanil the Elder as one of them.
Inaday's young. She may change her mind.
And I think at that point that the hunters come over the crest.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think it's just one of them. I think only Demuzid comes back.
Yes.
And he's got the the Witch Lord Riot has his hands tied behind his back, and he's just kind of shoving him along, and kind of prodding him with the butt end of his spear from time to time, and and your father says, Demuzid, you went alone into the Red Waste? And brought back a witch lord? Demuzid said, I did not go alone, but... And I think he looks at you as he says, when he says, the red wastes demand sacrifice. So the hunters who went with me did not come back.
Did they die well?
No.
He breathes sharply.
Yeah.
Did they die at this man's hands?
And I think like he's got like a gag, and he's like, no, I didn't kill them. But like you know, he's like shaking his head like, I did not do this. And Demuzid says he did not die at Riyad's hand. No. Though my cousins did not die at Riyad's hand. No.
Okay. Well, you've done the tribe an incredible service. With this, you directly impact the debt we owe, and I, for one, will not forget that. And then I look at my father, like it's his turn to say something.
Right. And he said, Demuzid, I did not know you had this in you. I will be looking at you with fresh eyes moving forward. We will find a place in our tribe worthy of your newfound glory. And I think like he nods, but like he definitely like looks at you like gives you a look before he leaves, you know, as if, you know, he's checking in with you first. And he says, I will go drop this off with that vulture from Moo's bed. And then things move very quickly. Here's what happens. Your father kicks Demuzid's spear out of his hand and trips him to the ground by his throat and then starts choking him to death. And he says, you should look to your Khan for final say, and not the prophet who is his son. Even if he might one day be the Khan of Khans, he is not the Khan of Khans yet, even if he holds the sword of the Khan of Khans.
He says this to Riyad?
Yeah, no, he says this to Demuzid.
Okay, gotcha.
And I think Riyad is just like Riyad kind of like shuffles away in the sand. Like, I think he knows if he runs, nothing's going to come of it.
Right.
He's surrounded. Right. So he just like gets the fuck, like, he's like, this is an internal problem. I'm just going to back, you know, like he's just looking to survive this thing. And he kind of like shuffles back in the sand. And yeah, your dad is choking Demuzid, and it's not it's not a friendly, I'm going to put you unconscious by cutting off the blood to your brain choke. It's I'm going after your windpipe and I might bruise it and kill you choke. Like he is not being delicate, and Demuzid might die in the next minute if you don't do something.
Oh no, I'm going to do something. Both of these guys carry my mark from the sword. Right. I don't know if I have it, but if I have the power to inflict pain on folks who carry my mark, I want to do that right now.
Yeah.
Or get their attention in some way or fashion so they both know that they belong to me. Yes.
Yeah. So what the sword can do is give you the cover, the Khan of Khans, so that you can act with that. So if you want to get, I think that'd be interesting. Like you can act as the Khan of Khans, with the as your cover, with the power of the demon, which is 7. And then let me know what you do. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll your father and Demuzid with like different colors, and we'll see the way this shakes out. But I'd also like to know what it is you're doing.
Yeah. So I think I want some supernatural effect that they both become aware of, that they're both my guards, and my guards do not harm each other, right?
Yeah.
But I also want it to hurt, not to kill him, but to get their attention and let them both know they're equals, because they both are marked by me. And if you're marked by me, you don't get to kill someone else who's marked by me. You don't get to harm, right?
Yeah. Is there,
but I want
what does it look like? Like what does your
I think I don't know if there's a visible outside effect, but I think for both those men in that moment, there's a shock that runs through their body, right?
Yeah.
Because they're hurting each other, right?
Yeah.
And my will is known to them through that pain that they're having right now.
Love it.
More so that my father releases the Muzid, but also so they both know without words having to be spoken that this is how it is. I'm totally cool if there's an external physical effect that other folks are aware of. I just
no. I just wanted to get an idea from you. That's great. Cool. So your dad rolls 5 dice, and then Demuzid, I think, is a little younger. He rolls 3, and then you roll. You roll. Yeah. Oh shit.
My dad sucks. I got nothing either. I'm like, I spent a fate point.
Yeah. Yeah. No fate points. Cool. So Demuzed takes, like, he is getting straight choked, and he tries to do what, tries to, like, break the elbow. He tries to grab the thumb. Mm-hmm. Nothing's really working. This is not your dad's first
right.
This is not your dad's first death choke. And so he gets a knife out of his boot and stabs your dad in the side. And I think that, like, he has, like, one hand on your dad's thumb and one hand, and the other hand on the dagger. He stabs your dad once. I don't think your dad has let go yet. And your Khan of Khan Majesty, they felt it, but they're feeling the immediacy of this combat more at this point.
Right.
And I think we're going in. I think that this is continuing.
Okay.
What are you doing as this heinous fight continues?
Yeah, I physically get in there, and my attempt is to separate the two of them.
Cool. Awesome. Love it. So
if I have words, I will tell them both. As they do, I will do to one of their loved ones.
Oh shit. Nice.
If they don't stop.
Yeah. And I think, like, you say that as things are happening.
Right.
So Demuzed is rolling 4 this time. Demuzed can't roll poorly at all. Your dad also rolls 4.
Oh dang, look at that.
Yeah. Cool.
That is hot.
Yeah. So, I think your dad, grabs the knife hand
Right.
and then like shifts his weight so that it is all coming down on that hand, right? And
Right.
uh Demuzid is sputtering and hurting. Um but you tied with your dad, right?
Right.
So I think you kind of throw him. Yeah, I think you're just in the mix now, right?
Yeah.
I think you're just like
Yeah.
in this mess. Uh
Yeah, because my first tie is with the Muzit, and then the second tie is with my dad, right?
oh, right, right. Oh, no. Yeah, Demuzid gets another stab at your dad. You're right. I
Yeah.
misread that entirely. Yeah, your tie is with Demuzid. So Demuzid stabs your dad again
Right.
and then looks at you like, "Hey, I'm sorry, but I don't have much like life left in
Right.
me." Like he
Right.
like he does it as you're saying it, and he's like,
Right.
you know, he's turning purple.
Right. I'm trying to live.
Yeah. Your dad is looking bad. Like he's looking worse for wear.
Hmm.
And I think you're tangled in this now.
Right.
And I think you and Demuzid are going to get bonus dice to the next roll. Demuzid already had one, so he was up from 3 to 4, and now he's going to go from 4 to 5.
Right.
Your dad takes another stab, so he's
Right.
down another die.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he's in trouble. He was down to 4, now he's down to 3.
Yep.
What are you doing as this mess continues and you're kind of physically in the middle of it?
I step back and I call Phobos.
Oh shit.
I've already made my decision.
Should we call this a summoning? Or is this more of a...
That's a good question.
Or is this...
So
or is
my
this just
thought
more,
is...
I mean, he's nearby, like physically nearby, right?
Right.
But I still feel like, yeah, like this might be like you rolling your lore.
Mm-hmm.
Not for like a straight summoning, but like, maybe using, I think we talked about how Phobos, speaks in an ancient tongue.
Right.
I think last game. So like maybe that's what that lore is you calling to Phobos, for food time in an ancient tongue.
Exactly. Yes. We're on the same page.
Cool. So I think it's your lore, plus this bonus die.
Gotcha. So
that you just got. And let me clear this thing.
Yep.
And Kaki is your dad. Yes. So he just gets 3. And then Silver is the kid.
Yeah.
And he's up to 5 now.
I know. We're even up.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I can't break away. Oh,
yeah.
That's a 3-way tie right there.
It is, but then I think...
Yep.
He gets like 1 over both of you.
Right.
Which I think is another stab.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I think he's just kind of coming in from the side, and he's got these quick stabs to the ribs as he's kind of ending your father's life.
Yep.
And I think you hear Phobos coming.
Right.
As this continues, I'm just curious. So I think the next role we have is to see who kills the Khan first.
Right.
Phobos or your dad. And I think we'll decide that with your lore roll.
I'm good with that.
But I also think one thing we need to do before we even do that is we need to make a humanity roll, because calling a demon to eat your dad, I think that is a thing. I think it's cool. I love it. And I love that you called a thing over to it. So roll your humanity +1.
Can do.
And what is that?
My humanity is 3, so I'll be rolling 4 dice.
Cool.
But to be clear, depending on how this plays out, Phobos might be eating both of them, right?
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Totally.
Right. So if it ends and they're both alive and my dad is just dying, then Phobos will eat my dad. But if Dumusu kills him, right? I've already said, as you do, I might give him a choice, right? Either Phobos eats you or you pick a loved one and Phobos will eat that person.
Yeah.
But he's not listening to me either, right? And I can't have that.
Yeah. Cool. But let's roll this humanity roll. Let's see how this grinds on you. I'm sorry. And what was your raw humanity number?
It was 3, and with the +1, so I have 4 dice.
Got it. I just want to know how many I get to roll. Yep.
Woo!
Cool. Your humanity, remains. It does not tick down.
Nice.
So I think the music in this scene remains kind of level. The composer doesn't go hog wild.
Right.
Awesome. And then your dad is khaki. I think he's only got 2 dice left. And then we've got
Go ahead.
We've got Demuzel, who's up to 6 dice now.
Jeez.
As things just roll over.
Yeah.
And then we've got Phobos, who I'm going to put in as purple or turquoise.
Yes.
That's a color we're not using.
Yeah. That's a good color.
All right. And then you, what are you doing in this mess?
I think all I can do at this point is reiterate that both their lives are in peril right now.
Yeah.
That is
so
it.
You're literally just like, hey guys.
Yeah. If you don't stop, right, your lives are forfeit.
Yeah. Awesome.
Right.
That's great. I mean, I think it sounds like a will.
All right, and that's 4.
Yeah.
All right, here it comes. Boom!
All right.
Finally.
All right. Yeah, I think your dad shoves the kid away, and you say, your lives are forfeit, and he kind of puts the knife down, and Phobos Phobos kind of, is like scurries up with this kind of unnatural speed.
Mm-hmm.
And and kind of stops on the edge, and waits for you to tell him that he can eat.
Right. Right.
And your dad is looking rough,
Right.
and he's like, "You stabbed the Khan 3 times."
Does he look like he's gonna make it, or is he is he
Yeah.
dying and he's not gonna be right after even? Yeah, how bad does he look? 3 times. That's an omen. Never mind. Never mind. 3 times is a magic number. That means something. And
Yeah.
so I make it clear to Phobos that we talked about him eating my dad earlier, and now is that time, right?
Oh shit.
But I tell my dad, you know, when yeah, no, I just tell him, hey, it is unfortunate how quickly you made the short list.
Oh my god.
But cons have to be strong. They are the physical model of the tribe, and you are now lame.
Oof.
And so I let Phobos eat him. But the Musu is not off the hook.
Yeah. So your dad desperately tries to use his lore to hold back Phobos. And Phobos grows, into that, he grows from like human size into that huge mantis demon that you saw.
Yeah.
Back when this thing was, when you first ran into it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's not pretty. Yeah, he eats them. I think your dad throws up every ward he can.
Right.
I think he was a sorcerer too. That's how he met your mother.
Yes. Yes. That's how you met your mother. Nice callback.
Yeah, I'm going to just walk away from any jokes I would make there. As a child whose parents were divorced, I'm just not going to going there. Not going there. Mom, if you're watching this, I do not think you're a demon, nor was I comparing you to a demon at all. So please stop. I love you, and love you, Mom. And yeah, I think he grabs him and just bites him, and there's that sound of the mandibles crunching down on a thin skull, and someone screams as they see this, and then Phobos drags the rest of the carcass back into his temple,
nice,
like some kind of beast, and I think something you did yet no one realized is that the sound of the crunching noises echo throughout the fortress.
Like an amphitheater.
Yeah. And yeah, I think Demuzid has he's got these hand marks on his throat. And he wipes your father's blood off his knife on his boot. He kind of stamps the boot in the dirt and rasps out, "Sorry, I didn't hear you."
That's a lame excuse. You know you killed the Khan.
I think he like gasps as like, what?
How many times did you stab the Khan?
I didn't count.
3. It should be 0, right? What's the law for killing the Khan?
Exile without eyes.
What's the law for stabbing the Khan? Your Khan.
Stabbed that many times by your kin.
What do you think they're going to do?
And I think like people are starting to gather, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and you can still hear like bones crunching, right? It's just echoing. He said, like, and he's like, he starts to get it together. You know,
right.
the kid is smart, and that's why you marked him. And he said, the old man who you called a demon to kill was no longer the Khan. You've been the Khan since the moment you arrived, since the moment you marked him as one of your guards. And he didn't have you killed for killing his son in front of him. Everyone knows this. If you want to have me exiled or stabbed by my parents, you're the Khan. But, and he holds out his arm where the scar is. Mm-hmm. He says, if you do that, it might mean that this mark loses some of its luster.
You're smart, Demusu, but not yet wise. You're correct in everything you say.
Yeah.
You're correct.
Yeah.
But that will not protect you from a knife in the dark from the Khan's kin. He's got sons and daughters out there. They'll come for you in the night when I'm asleep. That's what I mean.
I know.
What will you have me do? Do we have a crowd? Is there a crowd?
Yeah. There is totally a crowd. Yeah. The whole tribe is. I mean, the Khan just got stabbed 3 times and eaten, right, by a monster.
Yes.
Like the whole tribe is here, you know. And I think, Demusu said the thing about the scar losing its luster kind of quietly enough that only you heard.
Right.
But a lot of the rest of it has been out in the wind.
Right.
And he says, that's my problem. I'll deal with it.
I walk down to him and I grab the arm with the scar.
Yeah.
And I put it up so the tribe can see. Right. And I let them know that Demusu, my guard, has returned with the rogue sorcerer, right? With the rogue witch lord, which reduces the debt we have. And the debt right now is the tribe's most important concern, right? And for that, right, alone, right, he shall be spared any retributions. But his punishment will come, right? And in 3 days, for 3 stabs, we'll figure out what to do with him. for stabbing the Khan, because that can't go unpunished. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But it's probably not exile, right?
Right.
I mean, returning this rogue witch lord alive, that's a big deal, right? And he's done that, and so he's helped the tribe, and we at least have to weigh in on that.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get the tribe to understand that no harm should come to him because he's done a great benefit to the tribe right now. We'll sort the rest of this out.
Yeah, I'd kind of like to see a roll to see how that goes. I'm curious.
I will call upon my sword once more to act as the Khan of Khans.
Cool. Yeah, you can roll with 7 dice. I'm going to give you 2 more because I think your speech was dope. So it's 9.
Nice.
And yeah.
Oh.
I'm going to say this is difficult. I'm going to roll 5 dice. But you kill it. 3 successes is
nice.
No joke.
Nice.
I'll
also stuff in there, just to plant in their heads, the tribe's head, that if you're going to be Khan, you have to be Khan, physically, mentally, sorcererly, magically, right? You know, you have to embody all of that, because Mard is hard, and the day you cannot get up and walk and fight and throw down amongst your people, right? You can't be Khan anymore, right? I don't know what our rules are for Khan succession. I don't want to just say I'm the new Khan.
Yeah.
Right? And so whatever the tradition is, I'm more than happy to go along with that tradition.
Cool. Yeah, we will figure that out. We've been at this for about an hour and 15. So why don't we take a break, and we will come back in a bit, and we'll figure out what the heck happens now that you fed your dad to a demon. Probably not the first Sorcerer game where a dad gets fed, gets demon fed. I doubt it. Probably, parental demon feeding is not something that's strange, but it's a first for me, so that's cool. And we will. Oh, nice, yeah. Yeah, hell to the Khan, baby. Indeed, Admiral Dexos, indeed. And
this is Mard.
Yeah. Shit like this happens. This is, practically family therapy. Cool. So we'll be back in about 5 minutes, folks. I'm going to put up the "we'll be right back" sign, and I will see you soon.